To help us differentiate ourselves from competitors, Praxes has really helped us move away from the product marketing or sort of product sales focused way of approaching a professional services market into one which is really how it should work, which is more of a dialogue in response to market needs. Praxes starts conversations that help us identify what the needs of companies are, and that way, instead of marketing to them products, we provide them solutions. To keep us top of mind with existing clients, new prospects, or companies that we feel we should be working with, Praxes not only starts the conversation, but in many cases keeps the conversation going, so that when the need does arise, Reputation Institute is ideally top of mind with those folks that they're in dialogue with. As far as process goes, in professional services, from a sales standpoint, there seldom is one. What Praxes has been able to help us do is really bring a degree of discipline and rigor to our new business efforts. Without Praxes keeping us structured in the way that we approach the market, we would simply be victim of the up and down cycle that any professional service firm has experienced. When busy, you forget to do new business. When you're not busy, you get desperate. Praxes keeps that process going by forcing us to do the things we need to do and by maintaining their effort throughout, no matter how busy we get. I'm often asked by my colleagues what role and what value Praxes brings to our process, and the process being the process of new business development. Well, for us, without Praxes involved in the process, we could not be confident that we would be continuing to broaden our reach, to broaden our network of potential companies that we should be working with. That value of maintaining that consistent effort on true new outreach is something that Praxes is invaluable for. I think in many ways, as I've described and taught my colleagues about our relationship with Praxes, one could perceive it to be purely a lead generation relationship, but to underestimate the importance of the process consulting really that Praxes has provided us would be a big mistake. The value of the shared database, for example, that they've created for us and that's enabled us to maintain customer relationships and customer dialogue has proven so valuable that we've rolled it out beyond our U.S. business to include 2 of our large international offices. And Praxes is leading that work, guiding us to the point where we're managing a true global customer database. The subject of intangible benefits. One of the things that I've found throughout my career that's beneficial of the sales process is that as you sell others on how great it is, how great the things that you do are, you begin to love them a little bit more yourself. In the course of having to really get more disciplined and develop more process and structure around the way we sell ourselves, Praxes has really forced us to become more enamored of the things that we already do. So I guess that would be a very intangible benefit that more and more folks in my office who get involved have seen. I think all of us who've been involved in the sales process realize that as an individual, you have to figure out a way to keep up the energy and keep up the effort to follow up with potential clients or relationships that could become clients. When you're working with Praxes, what you realize is that through the process that they set up, through the focus that they bring to the way we do that, we're able to feel more comfortable that the folks in our office who are responsible for developing those relationships and closing that new business are actually doing the things necessary to keep that up. So it's really the discipline, the rigor, the follow-up, and the systemic approach that have really benefited us. At Reputation Institute, we've discovered that not all companies are ready to buy reputation services at any given point in time. But eventually, we do have hope that all of them will be ready to focus on and invest in their reputation. Working with Praxes, we have the opportunity to start conversations and maintain conversations that potentially put us in the right position for when the timing is right, when a company is ready to engage in reputation, we're still top of mind. Praxes has been able to keep a lot of conversations going that we just don't have the capacity to do. If I had to sum up the value, the most important thing that Praxes has done for RI, on some level, I would have to say that it's been around the process and the system that the systemic approach they've brought for our new business development efforts. At the same time, I have to admit that I sleep a lot better at night knowing that I've got a group of professionals focused on finding that business that's 3, 6, 12 months down the road for RI. It certainly is nice to know that no matter how busy my team gets, that there are folks out there focused on building our business. When I'm asked about Praxes Group by another professional services firm, I really kind of turn that around and ask them some questions back, and I say, are you ready? Are you really ready to focus and bring a degree of professionalism to your new business efforts? Or said another way, do you believe that your new business efforts are professional enough right now that you couldn't use any help at all? And usually we find some common ground on the need to bring a more disciplined approach to new business development. And if that's the case, then the services that Praxes can provide, the professionalism, the ability to truly partner and to understand my business, has been something that's been critical to the relationship, critical to the success of the relationship, and our partnership going forward is critical to our growth plans. So just by virtue of my experience with Praxes, I'm able to answer a lot of the questions about not just Praxes itself, but about the partnership and the expertise that they bring to our relationship.